So, welcome back or welcome to Yoga with Ciara. It's day 27 of ground. And so, connect to the nature or the life as it is within you. And we've been noticing all the things on the outside, the nature as it holds us, and now we're just connecting inside. So come rest into a child's pose, and we're going to do some up stuff, and then we're going to land down onto the ground. So half of today and all of tomorrow will be Sunday yum type classes. So come into a child's pose. Landing in, settling in. Just find what this shape feels in your body. What sensations emerge. The image that comes to mind is almost like getting a bunch of flowers and smelling the flowers so deeply, really planting my face into the flowers. The same thing with the sensations. It's like pulling the sensations to me and really embracing the sensations of this moment. Nice. Wiggle your toes. Wiggle your fingers. Deepen your breath into your belly. Let's come all the way up into your cat pose. So your hands are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips, rounding your back and arching your back. And just finding that sense of in this moment as you move. Can you draw in or embrace in or really include more and more sensations into what's happening? Nice. Draw a circle with your rib cage. Really deepening into the resource of movement. There is movement, life in motion. You're creating movement. And just feel the whole of that rib cage as it moves, as it circles. Nice. Walk your hands, one handprint forward, rounding your back, sit your bum back. And as you glide forward, arch your back as you glide forward. Rounding your back, sit your bum back. Arching as you glide forward. And begin to find it's like the tiger in the movement, this sinuous, flowing, powerful feeling of flow, strength, and connection. So I'm going to tuck my toes under, and as I draw forward, it's almost like I'm almost lifting my knees off the floor. So I'm allowing my legs to become a little bit more powerful in how they're connecting down. Change direction. How do you really hear the deep of your spine? Your shoulders are included in this movement, as always. You know who I'm talking to. Mind your shoulder. One more time. Super. Bring your hands back underneath your shoulders, and then reach your right hand as far forward as you can and just touch the floor really lightly with your right hand. Like, what is the maximum? So my weight doesn't travel much. It's not like I travel my weight forward. It's like I travel my weight a bit back and then try and find length through the right side of my body. Nice. Other side, left hand reaches forward. What's the furthest point that I can reach right now? Nice. Right hand to the right. How far out to the right can you go? So I have a wall that's in the way. So how far can I bring my elbow? Is more challenging than my hand because there's a limit on this side. Then how far to the left can you go? Nice. How far back towards your right foot and beyond? Infinity and beyond. And how far back behind the left foot can you go? Nice, that's a nice one. Whew. So back behind the right foot. So I'm pushing into the left hand and I'm squeezing deeply with the right hip, right waist, and my fingers are floating just beyond the baby toe side of my right foot. And back on the left. Squeezing back, lengthening back, having a deep sense of torsion or twist into the spine, into the lower back. Maybe side bending, maybe twist, maybe all of them. Nice. Push back into your downward dog. Draw your heels down, come up onto your toes. Heels down. And then just enliven your feet. I'm just looking. So there's this, there's an occupational hazard or whatever it is. So every morning I walk barefoot on the grass here, but we have geese, and I'm just looking down at my toes, going, "Is that goose poo, or is it just muck?" So there's some kind of muck on my toes. But yeah, it's worth the risk. Have a bit of a wiggle. Wiggling. All right, leaning into your lower back, leaning into the deep hip, the deep waist. It's like I'm cycling into my legs, and I'm trying to get that kind of tiger feeling in the movement of my legs now. Nice. Lean back into your legs, bend your knees. Let your knees travel as low as they can to the floor. Stretch your legs. Nice. Bend your knees. Stretch your legs. Cool. Drop your knees to the floor. Bring your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Kind of similar to yesterday. So round your back, arch your back. So as you arch your back, have a sense of, so the arching, and then it's like my chest drops lower, and I could almost lift, I can lift my hands off the floor because my body has taken the weight. Round the back, arch, maybe lift your hands off. Round as you push, arch and lift. Round as you push, arch as you lift. Nice. Let's try it with the left leg straight. Not sure if I can lift my hand off the floor, but let's experiment. Round, push into the floor, arch. Oh yeah. Round, arch. And just keep your hands on the floor then and just experiment with rounding and arching here. It really changes the relationship of my torso and my pelvis as I round my back and arch. Nice. Either drop the left knee to the floor or keep your knee in the air. Lift your right elbow up and extend your right hand up towards the ceiling. Widen into the chest. So I'm really firm and strong into that right heel, really deep into the left hand, lengthening more and more into that right leg. No, left leg. Super. Drop your left knee to the floor, reach your right hand forward, and then swing your right hand all the way back until it points back towards where your left foot is. Nice. Reach your right hand forward. Swing your arm till it points back. As always, mind your shoulder. Karen. You know who I'm talking to. Point. And one last time. Reach. And point. Super. Bring your right hand behind your back and then stretch out through the front leg. Bend your knee. Stretch out through your front leg. Bend your knee. One more time. Stretch out through your front leg. Bend your knee. Cool. Both hands to the floor. Push back. Downward dog. Have a bit of a wiggle. Super. Drop your right knee to the floor. Step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. From here, round your back. And as you arch, maybe lift your hands off the floor. Round, arch, round, arch. I'm going to try the same. Stay with your knee on the floor or lift your back leg long and try the same thing. Round your back, arch your back. So this side, there's no way I can lift my hands off the floor here. There's not as much the connective strength. Just won't let me do that. Right. Well, it's okay. I'm really always interested in the differences between my two legs. They're so vastly different in ability, in strength. Never forcing, just being really interested. Rounding your back, arching your back. Cool. So keep your left hand where it is. No, keep your right hand where it is. You can drop your right knee to the floor if you wish, or pull your left elbow back and then reach your left hand upwards. Nice. Widen through the chest. Really deepen into that front leg. So I was at my hairdresser's yesterday. It's very nice. She's one of my yogis, one of you guys. And so drop your left knee to the floor. No, sorry, right knee to the floor, and reach your left hand forward, and then swing your left hand back and point back. And so she was saying that she loved connection. So I think gratitude is going to be a bit like connection. The body movements that we did in connection, where you connect into the ground and find connection. Grace as well had something similar to it. So grace and connection will be built into gratitude. Nice. One more time. Cool. Bring your left hand behind your back and then straighten out through your front leg. Bend your knee. Straighten out. Bend your knee. Straighten out. Bend your knee. Cool. Both hands to the floor. Come sit on the floor. Legs are long in front of you. Just roll your shoulders. And then roll in the other direction. Bring your fingers to your shoulders. Draw a circle with your shoulders. It's almost like I'm trying to bring my elbows to touch in front of me. And then wide. Touch. Wide other direction. Nice, one more time. Super. So, take both hands over towards the right side. And then try and bring your nose to the floor. And so my left bum is going to lift a little bit off the floor and then come back. Swing over towards the left side. Nose comes down. You're listening to your shoulders. So for me, maybe like bring your hands further away. So they're like maybe a foot away from your hip. One more time each side. Just making the movement that feels like wellness to you. Take your right foot, bring it up and over to the outside of the left leg. And then both hands are forward, pull your right elbow back, fingers to the floor, sweep around the corner with your left arm. So for me, if I bend my left elbow, my spine isn't straight anymore to get the hook of my elbow. So I keep my arm straight. But if you can bend your elbow and feel like you have a good grip, bend your elbow. For me, my knees don't come that close. So nice. So lengthen, widen, deepen, creating space through the spine. Can you feel all your toes, all your fingers? Can you wiggle your eyebrows? Can you wiggle all your toes and fingers? Except for the right hand, that's on the floor. But feel the contact, like deepen or push into the contact. Nice. Other direction. Step the left foot to the outside of the right knee with your leg, not with your hands. Bring your hands forward. Pull the left elbow back. Bring your fingertips to the floor. So this side, I can bend my elbow and have a grip on my thigh. Very interesting. Kind of back to front to what I would think it would be. I was intrigued at how there's our idea of how we are in our bodies, and then there's actually how we are in our bodies. Um, Eternally surprised by the gifts of awareness. It's very nice. So lengthen, widen, feeling your toes, feeling your fingers. Nice. Come all the way back. Come lie on the floor. Rolling back, landing down, landing in. Feel the floor beneath you. Connect into it. Nice. And then draw both knees up towards you. Arms are up towards the ceiling and squeeze your knees towards your elbows and then touch the floor with your toes. Squeeze your knees towards your elbows. Touch the floor to the toes. Toes to the floor. So if you feel like your elbows can touch your knees evenly or easily, even, bring your arms a little bit more over your face so that your knees have to kind of squeeze a little bit harder to get there. So I'm almost touching my arms. It's not easy to get there. So go where you can't touch your knees to your elbows and try it there. It's like another centimeter more, and I'm like, nice. One more time. Super. And then draw a circle with your knees, keeping your arms where they are. So when our arms are in the air, our torso has to stabilize. Whereas when our arms are on the ground, they're like massive weighted stabilizers for our torso. Because now you have to stabilize with your rib cage, with the muscles of your back, with the muscles of your abdominal, your thighs, your neck, your shoulders. Everything's working a little bit harder. Draw the circle in the other direction. How big can you make this circle? Nice. Smiley knees. How big can you make smiley knees happen without falling over? Smiley face. Why not? One more time each side. Super. Stretch your legs up. Roll into your ankles, roll into your wrists. Open all your toes and fingers. And for me, usually in the beginning, there's loads of cracks and pops and clunks and stuff. And then eventually that gets less. So just listen. Do your clunks and pops get less? Or do they stay the same? There's some real grindy sounds from my feet. Very interesting. Nice. So happy baby pose, last pose. Either bring your hands behind your knees, hands to your ankles, or bring your hands to the soles of your feet. Settle in. Find the four corners of your torso. So your two shoulders are moving backwards. Your two hips, the backs of the two buttocks are moving backwards. Creating length from your coccyx all the way to the top of your head. And when I do this, suddenly I'm like, wow, one side feels so vastly different from the other. Can you find and hear the differences between the two sides of your body? It's like spot the difference. Can you feel your feet the same size or not? Are your feet the same temperature in your hands or not? And can you feel the edge of your legs, the boundary of your legs in the same way both sides? Can you feel your spine, the big muscles either side of your spine, the same on both sides? Definitely not. Shoulders on the floor, same, different, very different. Nice. And then just rock from side to side. You can bring the soles of your feet together if you wish as you rock. You can squeeze your knees together as you rock, or whichever version suits you. Nice. Either bring your feet flat to the floor, or stretch your legs out long, or squeeze your knees in, or find something or some way that you can just pause for a moment. Settling, pausing, connecting. So yeah, connect to the life within you. Maybe as you just lie there, you can hear that in you. You can feel that in you. You can sense that. So yeah, so we are moving into gratitude next Tuesday. It's really quite exciting. So there's all kinds of gratitude practices, they say, so there's like, next week we're going to be looking at, if you want to, you can just do the movement and ignore all the talking that I do, because the talking will always be at the end of the class, like the way I've tried to map this one. But gratitude will be where we write 3 things that we're grateful for, 3 new things every day. We write down something that happened that we are grateful for, something in the last 24 hours, an event, a moment, something, and we just write a little bit about it, okay? You maybe meditate for 5 minutes. It's fine. I'm going to try and do it outside, connecting ground into gratitude. And then do 1 act of gratitude or random connection gratitude, where you connect, or just something where you connect and you give thanks for something. Sounds very unclear, but you know what I mean. So I will see you all tomorrow, last day of ground. Thank you to those of you who contribute and pay for the yoga. Very awesome, very amazing. Helps us keep this a sustainable, awesome project that we're always building, always improving, always endeavoring to get better at what we do. So I will see you all tomorrow. Be awesome, be great, be you, be epic, be everything. So ciao, ciao. Bye.